CYR of OTK. We're going to be talking about all of this craziness going on in front of us. First, I want to start with this. You can sniff out liars. You are a person who really will be about making things better for the collective. I really didn't resonate with this myself. I have it until I found myself sticking up for the mental health of my work group. You are a person who is here to be recognized and to be recognized for their mastery. You do have this focused energy about you, and you're to be recognized for that. Right here, it says it as well. You do cause friction, but without friction, there would be no movement. You are a person who is here to succeed where others fail, and also fail where others succeed. You're here to discover, and you might have this capability of saying yes even when it's too much. So, people may take advantage of this aspect of you, so be careful. You are a person who is a fighter. This is in you. You are a fighter. You're a fighter. You have the fuel, the adrenaline to fight. You are also a person who just wants to have experiences for experience sake. And when things don't particularly go the way you planned, you might end up blaming other people for that. You're a person who is here who has opinions, and you're going to trial and error those opinions. You're a person who actually needs to be. What kind of environment do you need to be in order to be successful? It's this one where you can be investigative and research and just not really talk about it until you're really certain and sure that that's what you want to talk about. And then you will let people know. And what kind of people do you need to be around in order to be successful? Well, you need to be around people who want to be conditioned. And by that, I mean, like, they want a message. So, or you need to be in an environment where you are conditioned, so you are receiving a message. So, it's funny they say it's like catch a cold or catch a bad dinner or catch a bad opinion. So it's like thinking about it in those ways, like catching a good conversation, catching a good movie, or catching a poor gaming sesh, etc. So that's what it's about, really, at the end of the day. And you are a person who might hurry up and you might make mistakes along the way and get frustrated and find yourself having to come back and, pick up the pieces or fix those mistakes that were missed. All right. Now, you are also inspirational, the creative role model. You do have something creative to share with the world that is inspirationally yours. And when you are within that absorbed act of your individuality, then that is when you're going to be that creative role model. That is when you are going to be inspirational. That is when you're going to be empowering to the collective. Now, you are a leader, but you can't just be like, hey, I'm a leader. let's explain it a specific way because there's a few different types of leaders. The type of leader that you are is like you're the guy who is in the taxi ready to pick up the people who are waving the taxi down. Because if you're trying to pick up people who aren't ready to be picked up, then it's not going to work. So that's the type of leader you are. You are a person who knows what's correct for them, whether it be people, places, things, or experiences. You do understand the correct timing for yourself, and you really do need to be patient. When you hurry up and make decisions, you might find yourself when you make decisions in extreme, bliss or extreme anger that you regret making those decisions in those moments because it's just not a good time for you to make a decision. You need time, patience. You do have a particular way in which you know your identity, direction, and love in life. And you have a particular way in which you express you. Now, you might find yourself needing to prove yourself, prove that you're enough, prove that you're in control, prove that you're competitive. But you have nothing to prove at all, not even to yourself. People have step counters, and like people have that accountability. Like, I'm going to prove that to myself that I can, at least do that a day. So you have nothing to prove, not even to yourself. You are loved. You are deserving. You are worthy. And this is where you might find yourself going above and beyond when nobody asked you to. Harder, better, faster, stronger when nobody asked you to. So up here, you might find yourself saying, my way. I know, my opinion. This is it. This opinion. Or you might be on the opposite scale of that. You might not say anything until you know it's like completely fact because you might need to prove that you know. Now, up here, you might not know what to think, and that's okay. But you might experience all aspects of what the head is. You might find yourself answering everybody else's questions when it's not meant to be for you. You might have everybody else's work on your desk. You might find yourself, if Sear doesn't have the question, I'm going to ask him. He sure will find it. But you might find yourself trying to be inspirational or being inspired to prove yourself. Nah, it can't be to prove myself. I bet you're making lots of money on being inspirational, knowing the money ways, eh? I was so Canadian there. Anywho, we could talk about this for 18 more hours. This is what your body's walking around doing. This is what your brain thinks you are. This is you when you're sleeping. We could talk about relationships. Yeah. If you want an experience like Sear, my name is Katie Lynn. I am a full-time content creator. I love what I do, and thanks for watching.